So, hi everyone, welcome to a Mediumship Monday, a very chilled one. And welcome if you're new. My name's Claire. Everything I do is channeling, clearing, and healing energy, meaning that it doesn't matter that I use a fuckload of cards. I basically, well, it's not even me using it. The synchronicity sign, serendipity, just gets thrown in my face. Like I said, God speaks to me 24/7, whether I want to be listening or not. So, getting right into that, currently I can't help but find the irony and the humour in the fact that I'm watching a programme, I'm on the third episode, and so all that's on pause on my TV right now is just divorce. So that right away screams karmic relationships breaking down. Karmic in the sense of it wasn't something that was built to last forever. However long a marriage, by the way, whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a forever thing. But also, and this can attribute to your past, present, or future. So take note. Future meaning it's omens, like I do believe there's some people that are meant to tune in to my messages or whoever else is, and it's like it could prevent you from going down a certain route. But I mostly believe if we're meant to learn soul's lessons, we're meant to learn them. So there's, it's you can be the judge. I just put out the messages. But yeah, and like I said, it was just how do I get guided to anything? It was just, it caught my eye when I was going through things to watch. I think it was just on the telly, so I recorded it, and then it was just when I was looking for something to watch, I just put it on. So it's going to be relevant, a collective message, but it is going to be very relevant because, well, first of all, Venus has just went retrograde, literally the other day, and it's going to be in retrograde until the 12th, 30th, I'm saying the 13th though, because that's when we're, 12th, 13th of April, but I'm really saying it myself mid-May. So if you want to know what that means, like from my channeling and perspective on it, go and find the live stream where I spoke about it. Or I might, and I'm only going to say might, I might put in the info bit of this video to be a bit more helpful. But I've not done that many live streams, so you could always read that. So just if it's there, it's there kind of thing. And but I have been pinning a post. So I think actually the post has the link to the live stream. That'll be it. Yeah, I've been pinning the post in all the videos for the past sort of 6 weeks. Because it's quite an interesting written channeling I done on Venus retrograde. But yeah, Venus retrograde is now. So I don't know about yourself, but like I am 100% definitely noticing a difference in myself. And I'm not surprised because I did feel that was going to happen, because it's in my sign. So if you have got Venus and Aries like me, look out for just feeling different towards the areas of love, self-love, anything to do with beautifying yourself, how you feel about yourself, and money. So it's not wise to start brand new ventures in any of these territories. Meaning with love, if if someone in this case had already been on your radar, you know crystal clearly how you feel about them. Therefore, if they come to you in a Venus retrograde, it's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get, kind of thing. But opposed to like a brand new person, like it wouldn't be wise to get into something with a brand new person because the likeliness is it's going to be fizzling out. And especially because it's in Venus and Aries. Because like I said, it's not always that Venus and Aries are short-lived, but it really depends where it is in your chart and what other things are going on in your chart. And it really isn't, because like I've explained before, it's the best explanation I can give of that. You have to know people and you have to look at their charts, because I have Venus and Aries and I am one of the most loyal people you could ever meet. I act like I'm already in a relationship, and I have acted like that for the past forever. And also the time is 1551, mirrored numbers as I'm saying that. And it's just, yeah, probably going to be the twin flame cock blocking, let's face it. So anyway, moving on. But I don't mean, that's hilarious. I didn't mean like I suppose, yeah, my actual twin flame. I meant, well, but it is his energy cock blocking. That's the funny thing. But yeah, it's a twin flame journey in itself, but it is just my personality, my astrology. It's like, yeah. So anyway, moving on. So, but this Mercury retrograde, sorry, Venus, oh God, but that's not a mistake because we are not far away from a Mercury retrograde too, but God, we'll cross that bridge when we come in it. But Mercury has just went in to Aries today on the free, because that's the other thing, it's the free portal, it's all going on. So yeah, look out for communication being very raw and real, very direct, very assertive, passionate in some cases. And because the Venus retrograde is in Aries, now with planet communication in Aries, what it means is there's going to be a lot of passionate comebacks from the past, like definitely blasts from the past. And this is why I'm saying, for some people that's so wanted because it's your twin flame. For other people, if you are a twin flame, and I would say definitely if you're the divine masculine, so it's important to know what one you are. You could have people from your past coming back, but it would be like tricks and karmic people. And sometimes, occasionally, it could just be someone's wanting to come back to get closure. And that doesn't necessarily need to be anything shady or a trick, but most of the time I'm going to think it's a trick for most people. So you can be the judge of what, and that goes for friends and stuff too. Friends, family, basically people. Look out for people that have been shitty to you, wanting to come back to, uh, wanting to come back to apologise. But I'm more I'm not so certain how genuine any of that's really going to be. To be honest, with all this Pisces, the shadow side of that is lying. Pisces is forgiveness, but you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to be the judge of that. Or again, I can help people with this. But yeah, this Venus retrograde actually links back to 2017. So if you think about what was going on in your life, like, spring, kind of March, April, 2017, and then you could actually swing it all the way back to 2009 too, because, yeah, that's when it would have been in that energy, because it's like every sort of 8 years. So I can definitely think of, I can definitely think of how key things would link for me. But yeah, so I mean, I suppose that's it. It's just, I find it quite fascinating. Like, I suppose it matters that, like, Aries, right, so the light side of Aries is it's fun, playful, inner child, passion, it's new beginnings, it's birth, the birth of anything new, by the way, but it is actually babies, children, basically new beginnings, think of spring. The shadow side of Aries is also truth and integrity, if I didn't say that. That's why I'm here. My favourite words are hope and integrity combined, and that's what I'm here to bring people as well. But the shadow side of it is like anger, and yeah, like anger and war, aggression. I mean, really, all the words I'm wanting to say are just centered around anger. So you could feel yourself like bubbling emotions sort of surfacing from past things, like that could definitely be a thing. Like, even if this is things you've long forgiven, just don't be surprised if like things are coming up from the past for you to like review, reevaluate, and like close the door on. And I'm saying that because the eclipse that's on the 14th there, that is in Virgo. And Virgo is your everyday routine, ritual, your everyday life. And I feel it really matters that it felt like for longer than that, but like literally just for a few days, or maybe like nearly, it wasn't even a week, it was like 3-4 days, but to me it felt like, wow, like I got a bit of a like surprise when my client said when we were on the session, and I was like, oh yeah, the eclipse in Libra, and then she was looking at an app or whatever she was looking at like online, and she was like, "Oh, is that not in Virgo?" And I was like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "Really?" And I was like, and it was because I'd only looked quickly the last time I was in a session, and I hadn't geeked up on it because again, like, and the thing is, there's no excuse because I've actually got everything. Like, I can just, I just hadn't slowed down. So there you go. That's Aries is fast. There's another thing. It's everything's fast paced, but I feel it's got to do with the fact that oh, actually, I think they're giving that as an example. That would be another shadow side Aries is, you know, if you hadn't worked on your ego, because Aries is ego, you could not be willing to admit that you're wrong. Whereas, which is why I always say in my defence, that's not me, because when I'm wrong, I apologise. Because I would say the highest energy of an Aries would be when you see you've done wrong, apologise and we can all move on. You know what I mean? Like, what's the big deal? Like, that's why I'm always like, when people have done wrong to me, I'm like, it's like, I just don't fucking get it why people don't just admit they're wrong, apologise, and we can all move on. Like, just, anyway. Like, in loads of areas of life, 1111. But at the same time, the counsellor and the healer side of me does understand it. From talking to thousands of twin flames at this point, and just people in general, just in other walks of life, not through my work mostly, because like I said, I only heal twin flames, didn't choose it that way, God chose it that way. Many people have many valid reasons for not being able to apologise. Like, imagine you've been really scorned if you like done something wrong as a kid, and then when you fessed up, something really bad happens to you. People can make all kind of weird associations. So, it's wise not to judge. Although I just called it weird, that's what came out of my mouth. But I mean, it is what it is. So, but yeah, anyway, the point of that was the minute my soul sister client, who may watch this, was like that, I was like, oh, and then I checked out, I was like, oh my God, you're right. I was like, thanks. Like, you know what I mean? Because I probably would have carried on, said leave. I would have noticed, I would have noticed, because I would have checked it on my, when I'm checking it up, I would have saw. But like I said, it was just because I looked at it quickly. But I feel that it's a new year frequency, because I'm always like a month ahead, sometimes a couple of months ahead. With some things in the twin flame journey, I'm like years ahead. Sometimes I'm only a week or a couple of days ahead. So I mean, so I think it matters that I was like preparing for the Libra full moon eclipse, because that is an eclipse too. But that's the one that's a month away. And then we've got the new moon solar eclipse. Oh God, don't quote me on all this. I get all mixed up. But that's on the 29th of March in Aries. But yeah, this one coming up on the 14th of March is in Virgo. So that's your 6 hours of your everyday ritual routine, what you do every day, your bread and butter, your work. Can even be things to do with your home too, your pets, because the Virgo's every day, and every day you're coming home back to your home, you're in your home, whatever you're doing. If you've left your home, in my case, but because my work and my home are wrapped up in one, because I work for it, you know what I mean? You might be like that too. But yeah, and obviously where the Virgo is in your chart, so that matters. And again, I can look at that in a session for you, and this is just a reminder to everyone that that's another thing with my Venus retrograde, like with Venus, yeah, with how the Venus retrograde's affecting me. I am at some point this week just going to be looking at everything I do and all my sessions, and just, I don't know about changing it all up, but I think I'll take quite a lot of the stuff off that doesn't get booked a lot. Like, as in, I'll just hide it and then I'll unhide it. So if there's ever anything that you've been having an eye on that you were maybe saving up for, or that you wanted to do at some point, and then you go and it's gone, it's not necessarily that I'm not doing it anymore. It might just be that I wanted to unclutter, the list, so it doesn't overwhelm people. But you never know, it might be that it isn't available anymore. So, you just have to ask, just email and ask. It'll either be me that gets back to you, or, one of the people that's helping me. Because that's what I'll be, sorting out this week too, is getting, support people to help me. Just with emails, just with things that it's not so much that I haven't got time to do it. I just don't want to do it as much as what I've done it, because I can just get caught up in that, and it's, it can take a lot of my energy. So I will still reply to my emails, but I might just do it that like I only go to it like every couple of days or something. Sometimes I'm like that anyway on my own, but yeah, it's just looking for see. I'm going to be a bit busier, and I'm not even foreseeing it. I just am a bit busier now. Um, and yeah, so yeah, prices will be changing as well. So, not all of them, because a lot of my sessions are a lot anyway. Um, from how I perceive it, like it's, but like I say all the time, even the ones that I think are a lot of money or that other people think are a lot of money, I actually know from if I was observing myself, some of my prices have been the same for years, and I've only like grown and evolved and got, more and more empowered and, yeah, just learned a lot. And, like I said, this isn't just for me, this is for anyone this needs to resonate with. Um, when people have done like 10, what am I talking about? Like 10, 20 years worth of like training, experience, and all this kind of stuff, and they're able to help you in like 30 minutes or an hour. Like my sessions don't tend to be 30 minutes, like, unless it was an unlisted, but even them, I could have struggled to keep it to that, which is not a bad thing for you, mind you. But like, you know what I mean? My sessions are meant to be an hour, rarely are. But sometimes I can keep it to that if someone's got something on after, or if I've got something on after. But the point is if I can help you in a short space of time, and it took me a long time to learn all this stuff, that's what you're paying for. You know what I mean? Whether it's me or for other people. So there you go. That's Mercury and Aries straight talking. So it's something that's wise to remember that about anybody. Um, you know, you don't know what their background and experience is. You don't know what fear and stuff they've had to push through. And at the end of the day, the way I feel about all of that is like people are entitled to charge what they want. If it's not what you can afford, or it's not what you think it's worth, then go and, get the picture. Have you ever seen that? I mean, by the way, nobody's. It's funny that this is coming through so sassy, because this has. I swear to God, cross my heart and hope to die. This hasn't happened to me, of late. It's happened to me way, 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 way in the past, like years and years and years ago, and it was just something that had absolutely no idea the depth of experience that I had back then, and that was like 6 or 7 years ago. Um, because some of these reviews that I post, they're not recent. They're from like 8 and 9 years ago, when I was helping people with Dark Night of the Soul and marriage breakdowns and twin flame situations, and you know what I mean. So if you think about it, if that was like 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, some of the, I get mixed up with, but it's quite a long time ago. Can you imagine the experience I've got now? And that is the point. Like, I am an expert with a lot more experience than a lot of people. That's what you're paying for. Like, I can help you a lot more quicker than most people would. But like I say all the time, there's loads of amazing people that can help you. You've just got to be discerning who you resonate with. But yeah, definitely. And I'd say, going back to the fact that I'm watching this program called Divorce, it is really funny, by the way. It's Sarah Jessica Parker, and I don't know what the guy's called, but it is really funny. But particularly, basically, it's particularly, she's the main character, but basically she's been chucked out because she's cheated, and then it's just basically her whole life is falling to shit. So although I'm saying her and him and stuff, it could be something like this, where it's like, it feels like she's like the karmic energy in this, like, because it's like she does something quite sneaky, where it's like the guy she's sleeping with is kind of like, oh right, well I don't, like, he's just basically, when she's like, oh, I've told him I want a divorce, and then he's like kind of like doing it like, oh well, I didn't ask you to do that. No, it's just this. Wait a minute, I'm going to read the notes. Actually, do you know what? I think I've just recapped it. Yeah, she backtracks to her husband, manipulative. But then I've wrote, she says, when he can't, basically, I think he looks on her phone or something. I called your friend Julian, and it appears you've been effing for quite a while. And then he basically chucks her out. So again, it's like, you'll need to watch yourself, but every now and again they guide me to. I mean, the film that I was catching for ages was, oh, I always forget the name of it. It's one of my favourites because it's hilarious. It'll last a year, or I give it a year. That's it. because it's the sister says that at the wedding, I give it a year. So yeah, basically, and like that film's really hilarious too, but it's all about people that rush into a marriage and then they work out as soon as they're in it that they're not like for each other. So again, this could literally be some people's situations, or you could have been in a marriage for years and you're just realizing you're unhappy, because that's like the program I'm watching, that like she basically says that like she's describing to her husband, she's like, you know, for a slight moment, like when you're not home, because it's a comedy too, she's like, you know, I feel so happy, and then I see your car pulling up in the drive, and then I just feel, you know, basically saying she feels unhappy. So it's like quite brutal. But so again, karmic marriages breaking down. And it also feels like, and remember Venus retrograde, if people had got engaged in a Venus retrograde, so say it was one of the Venus retrogrades from like 8 years ago, or like 8 years before that, like 16 years ago, that's what I mean. Like these marriages might not break down for like 8 years or like 16 years, but they will break down most of the time if somebody was proposed to, and if it's, so that's why I always say don't get married or engaged in a Venus retrograde. It's not worth it. It's not built on a solid foundation. But yeah, things to do. Yeah, so things to do with love, money, overhauling it all, just sort of having a look at it and really valuing yourself too. You know, because my guys have been talking to me for quite a while now about really valuing my depth of experience, and just, yeah, not letting anyone take advantage of that either. But again, people can only take advantage of that if you let them. So that's why I want people helping me with the sort of, yeah, just how easy it is to access me, really, you know, like, I've just had too many things happen in that area, and I'm just, again, nothing like that's happened. I don't want to go through anything like that where people are taking advantage of me, right? So, and I don't want any of that happen to you. So let's get on with this. So very interesting, but this is all going to have something to do with it. Oh God! And before I forget, so this is quite funny what I'm about to tell you, but it wasn't fucking funny because it hurt me. So think about it. I'm channeling right now, but I've been thinking for weeks now, I have to get a new hot water bottle. At some point, that's going to burst and it's going to go all over me and it's going to burn me, right? You know where I'm going with this? I was like, yeah, I'll do it later. Well, I did not get the new hot water bottle. Therefore, I've kept using the old one. So I know what this is definitely going to, I can observe it as I'm saying it. This is going to be channeling about holding on to something too long when you know it's dead, basically, in the water. In the water, no pun intended. Because basically, I've got up all cozy in my leopard print onesie and, you know, getting a cup of tea, filling my hot water bottle, to, you know, just to sit and chill and watch this. And I knew I was going to be filming this at some point because I kind of just want to film it and then, again, get back. Again, if you're new, Mondays are connected to the moon and it's my moon day off, basically. And the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to film a pick a card or something for the membership for the free portal. If you want to access that, you can join the first level of the membership, and that's very much appreciated. It's just a nice way to give back for all the free content that I do, but obviously there's absolutely no necessity that you do that, but you do get the perks of me praying for you every day. I pray for everyone every day anyway, so it's really just up to you, but you do get obviously other added bonuses for being in there. And also, I haven't forgot that on the new moon I usually do personal cards. So for anyone on that second level of the membership, I will do your cards when I get back to it tomorrow. So I think I'll just go into the membership. Actually, I might even just do that today. I'll just see. But my hand's starting to shaking a bit here, so because I've been holding the phone for so long. So let's just do this. But yeah, basically, yeah. I just sat down with a water bottle and I was like, "What if it?" And I thought, anyway, I knew exactly what had happened. I was like, I screamed, and it had burned. It's burned inside of my leg, and it went all over my covers, and like that. And I was like, "Fuck's sake!" I knew it, you know. So what does that tell you? You're going to get burned, or you've been burned, and you knew you were going to get burned. So because I knew that I knew it, because I noticed, you know, because, you know, my hot water bottle's got a cover, but I could feel that it was like, if you've ever noticed that, like the hot water bottle, like the rubber starts to melt, you know, and it's starting to wear away. And again, as I have had that one, I must have had it for at least 2 years. I think that's really the lifespan of a hot water bottle. And if truth be told, I think I might start monitoring and like just getting another one after a year. Because I mean, for fuck's sake, you can get them for a fiver and stuff. So there isn't really any excuse, you know. It's just I always want like a specific one that might be like a tenner or something. But still, it's not a lot of money. But it's one of these things that you're like, oh, I'll get it later, you know what I mean? So, but I just think it is definitely. I know I can feel it symbolic of. I knew that was going to happen to me. Like I knew that exactly that was going to. I knew I was going to get burnt because I just knew it. Because it doesn't. You know, it's not going to start leaking when you're filling it up, or you know, the next day when it's not as hot. You know, it's the water starts spurting out right as it was fucking boiling. So anyway, don't worry, I'm not in too much pain. I just got some frozen out the freezer and I was standing there like it's stinging a wee bit, but it's all right. It's not the nicest. If you think about it, the inside of your thigh is like really tender as well. So but yeah, so be careful you don't get your fingers burnt or anywhere else, or could have been a lot worse actually. Moving on. But so yeah, like I said, if you listen to me shorts from yesterday when it was the pan boiling, the teenagers shouting outside, the song that went off on the alarm, like God speaks to me through everything. And if you're listening, there'll be signs and synchronicity speaking to you too. Maybe not at the volume it speaks to me, but for some of you, it will be, you know, if you open your eyes, the signs are there. So, right, let's just pull cards now. That's just going to clarify everything I've said. Because I didn't even bother. Now, if you're new, I usually pull wee bits of paper to see what I'm going to talk about. It's just a wee cute thing I do every Monday, but I couldn't be bothered. The cards are everywhere. They've been everywhere for days. I need to find some energy from somewhere to tidy up. Yeah. You know, and I just want to say as well, I've wrote in the post, but I was great on the actual new moon in Pisces, but it was the next day I could not stop crying. Like, I just couldn't stop crying. So, and Pisces is about grief and endings. So I really do feel, you know, I was feeling the collective grief of basically the world of transition and endings. But I feel because I'm a twin flame channel as well, I feel I was, and I don't mean YouTube channel, I mean divine channel. I feel I was channeling maybe it was this, maybe it was like, you know, divorces going on or endings of like karmic relationships, and you know, because this can be sad. Let's face it, it's not always like people are happy to be like, usually overall, but sometimes it can be very sad, especially when there's kids involved, or even there doesn't need to be kids involved. Just imagine you'd live with someone for 10 years and you don't love them anymore. Like, because I'm just thinking, like, or longer. I was watching Bride Wars, but you see, look, Bride Wars, divorce, it's all stuff to do with marriage, was on yesterday. And that, again, that is really funny, but it's quite poignant too, because it's basically more than about marriage. It's about friendship. It's about a friendship that breaks down specifically, but and ego. I always feel that film's about ego, and look how I just spoke about that's what the shadow side of Aries is. If you keep your ego in check, but because they get too proud to basically apologise to each other, and that's what's really sad towards the end of the film. They actually both do go to try and make it up to one another, but circumstances have it that like they can't get to each other. Like misunderstandings, miscommunication. Oh, so that could be relevant too. You could have been trying to reach someone to give them a message, or they could have been trying to reach you, and it's just not been. You've been like, you know, either God is blocking it, or the devil, or you know, mixture of both. Like basically, if it's God blocking it, it's for your own protection. But yeah, I could go on and on and on. You just would not believe the amount of insane signs I've had, both for clients, for my personal life, for it's just, yeah, it's pretty wow. But right, so let's just see what's going on here. So I want to go to this deck actually, could you tell us, how is the divine, I was going to ask about the divine masculine, and now I'm going to ask about the divine feminine, regardless of gender. So take note of that. This, when I'm saying divine feminine, this could be the divine masculine's feelings, and it's not everyone. So just, I would say if all the stuff I've said doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't mean that none of it's going to resonate, but I would say specifically this is maybe going to be ones for people that are going through any of this stuff, endings, divorces, or whatever else. Right. What have we got for divine feminine? Pathway to true love, take me home, 1111, and I mentioned 1111. So I feel the divine feminines, as always, are just focused on true love, focused on your own up level, awakening, ascension, maybe even helping other people like I do. But you don't need to be helping other people. You know, it's really up to you. It's what I mean is it's like you'll know if that's what you're, well, you'll know if that's what you're doing, or you'll know if that's what something you're guided to do. But basically, I feel you're focused on the pathway to true love. But I feel this is also the masculines. The awakened masculines are focused on the pathway to true love. The divine masculine is integrating healing, multi-dimensional healing. So I feel their guides are really helping them to understand something. Yep, increasing their frequency. Look, helping them to understand something, higher conscious awareness. So I feel this could really speak to people that, you know, that if you are the masculine, you've been in like lower frequency or with low hanging fruit, like you weren't aiming high. Again, which doesn't need to be anything personal against whoever you've been involved with or they've been involved with. It's just, it wasn't the best that you could be in. It was just like, all right, you know, or lust-based connections, which fizzle out. So, right, like it's just, that's, let's not overcomplicate. The feminines focus on true love. The masculines, consciousness is rising and their frequency, which is the feminine focused on the highest that you can, is what helps the masculine rise. Now, let's get the tea with this. Pineapple's somewhere in it, I think. What else do we need to know? I'm just being very open as I always am with this, like going with the flow. Beware of great pride. Notice how I did speak about that. Peacock reminds me of Leo energy too. That's why I always say the two signs that remind me of ego are Aries and Leo. And I've just noticed that, you know, whenever I've saw these energies in someone's chart in quite a big way, it usually is people that either need to have a massive ego death and do major shadow work, like more than most, or, which makes sense because like I said, you've got a lot of, it's like you've got a lot of powerful energy, but it depends how you use it. But when you do go through that ego death, it'll be really rough. But on the other side, you could be like a star, you know, you could really help a lot of people, but only, yeah, look, it's very passionate. That energy is very passionate. But I feel there's something here about not having pride when it comes to how passionate you feel about someone. Yeah, because it's like a wish could be granted when you put your pride aside. Look, oh wow, someone is leaving your life. How interesting, but in this case, right, I feel it's like, remember, I'm just the messenger here, but it's like that fits in with Venus retrograde. It's like, if you don't put your pride aside and follow your passion and share how passionate you are with a wish fulfillment, it might just say that, something that's too good to be true, a dream, you kept telling yourself it's not going to happen, so you settle for the low-hanging fruit, and the divine feminine leaves your life, right? Someone's leaving your life, but I'll take it two ways. That could be the divine feminine's ascending and moving on, like not, yeah, just not prepared to go repeating a karmic cycle of, oh, I wonder, you know, if this person is ever going to, you know, finally realise what we mean to each other, or I know that they know what we are to each other, but I wonder if they're ever going to tell me that they know, or are they just going to, you know, stay not telling me. You know, it's however it fits. It's like, I feel, although, like I said, you can never leave the twin flame journey, I really do feel there's, and when I say I really do feel, God, I haven't done that for a long time. When I say I really do feel, it's a really strong message coming through that it's like, I just feel many divine feminines detaching in a big, big way. And it's meant to be that way, you know. It's just properly detach and surrender and focus on other things. Like, I would, if you're not even being guided to watch any of my videos lately, or anyone's, that is fucking brilliant. Like, because that's more and more, it's always off and on, but like, it's just the way I describe it, it's complete boredom. Like, I'll go to watch a video about twin flames, and I just, like, I always keep it anonymous, but there was quite a few I really enjoyed watching because I just loved their personality. I mean, like I said, there's more than quite a few. There's quite a few men and women that I just love watching them. Some are solely just twin flames, and some aren't, but they do always end up talking about them because I just feel all the ones I watch are on the twin flame journey. Even if they don't say they are, I can tell they are. But there was a guy I loved watching who's just disappeared, and that's quite shit because he was really fun to watch. It's not the your person guy again, but that's what I mean. I watched like 2 minutes of him, 5 minutes, and then I just end up doing the housework. And I do love watching that guy, but this is what I'm saying. It's a good thing. It's like, it's just the same. It's nothing to do with the people because it's the same messages I'm delivering. I'm just bored of it, and that's what I mean. I'm channeling the divine feminine energy. It's like, so this is, for other divine femmes it might feel the same. Like, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But it's what happens next is up to the divine masculines. But I feel as well, someone who's leaving your life, I feel that's about like things breaking down. The person leaving someone's life might be like in this film, like, people breaking up, divorces, or serious relationships breaking down, because that's always, there's that card again. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So again, new beginnings in relationships, but that could also be like literal as well. That came out the other day. But it's yeah, it's all going on. Let's see. What else have we got here? It came out again. They're like, that's the message. Oh, and that one came out again. Oh God, be careful. Great passion and birth or conception of a child. Yeah, so again, but I think they're just backing up what I said about that's what Aries is. Like, this is Aries' passion, and it's also new beginnings as children. So if you're not, if you're wanting that to happen, we're in the prime time for it. If you're not, be extra careful. I don't know why I need to give this fucking common sense out, but it came out. Bread, period of prosperity and abundance. I did say the sixth house, what the full moon's in, is what you do every day. Danger, especially money matters. Again, two things about money. Look at this. So which one is it? Period of prosperity and abundance, or, danger. If you make the wrong decisions in money, if you make big gambles, it's like I said to a client the other day, she'll know if that's hard. I said, sometimes you've got to spend money to make money, which is not a saying I usually say, but it was actually coming from my own experience. Again, like, there was something recently that I'd been holding off doing for myself until things changed and shifted in my life. Now, there's things I've been wanting to do for myself for years. And I was always like, for some reason, like, right, when this has happened or when this is going on, I'll do this. And just the other day I thought, nah, do you know what? I've worked really hard. I've been putting money aside there. Like, you know what I mean? Make sure I pay all the things that need to be paid. And it's not as if fucking hell, I'm definitely not rolling in dough back far from it. But I thought I can actually afford to do that for myself. As soon as I done it, quantum leaped instantly. And people will tell you, anyone that's ever done that with my bigger services, like my packages of 3 or 4, which is usually a package of 4 sessions, or my packages of 10 sessions, but I've actually got one that's a package of 3 sessions too, which again, I might hide again. So if you do want that, I would get it. Might be quite good for, like, if you know you want to tackle something that's going to be more than 1 session that you need, but maybe not as much as 4. So you can just, I think that one's called Divine Detox, but I changed the names, Divine Declutter and Divine Detox. But basically, like, especially if it's gambling, actually, because like I've said, I've helped people get over gambling problems in 1 session. I've helped people get over loads of addictions in 1 session. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Can't guarantee it, but it has happened with a lot of people because it's deliverance. I'm just delivering you from the demons and the attachments and the evil that's got a hold of you. Like this, someone working against you or behind your back. I mean, that'll be somebody's story. It's like you could either choose abundance or you could get in trouble, and there's someone working behind your back. But yeah, whenever people have taken the leap to book, like a session too, people have said, but it's more these more bigger investments. They've felt like a wave of excitement or just inner knowing that it was the right thing to do, or you know, could go on and on and on. People have spoke about it in the playlist, or people have spoke about it in their lives, or people have spoke about how even just the small investment in my membership, they feel the prayers that I'm doing for them, or as Nathan has said, it kind of it feels like it supercharges the prayers or something. But yeah, people say this to me all the time. Like, I'm not just saying it, like, you know, it's true. When I pray for people over email, they feel it. Things happen. It blows my mind all the time. But all I know is I'm here to be, you know, used as a channel like that. But I still do have to monitor, you know, my own energy with it. You know, I have to make sure if I notice like there's a bit of an imbalance in life in general, because like I said, it's the money is rarely ever coming back from the people that I'm actually helping, you know, unless it was like a paid session, obviously. But you know what I mean? It's like that's how the energy is in my chart. Like, it's purely, it really is service work. Anyway, my hand's shaking again, so let's just but my hand is shaking because it's true, because I'm holding the phone for so long, but I feel this could be something to do with nerves too. Let's go to the Divine Masculine deck. Right. What's the dominant? Well, although that is facing up, right, I think it is part of it. I want to apologise. I need your forgiveness. I'm going to put these aside for the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm going to put them there for the thumbnail. It's picked up that as well. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. You see what I mean? That's that. Baby card doesn't always need to be literal, but it can be. What else? You're perfect for me, just as you are. Don't ever change. And I'm changing. Yes. Yeah, so, wow, you see how that fits. Uh-oh, I don't want to be with anyone else, so I'm releasing myself from karmic ties. Right, okay. So again, it's just... every time I pull that card, or the other one that's like, she knows, it always just makes me nervous for everyone that this might involve. But yeah, just so you know, if you're new, there's only 2 cards. This is 2 decks together, and there's only 2 cards in that deck that are like indicating that. And then there's another one that says they will never compare to you, which did actually come out yesterday. But this feels like exactly what I've channeled, which is what I said, because it's not me. I said that at the start, the cards are going to back it up. This is the whole group of masculine men and women that have settled for low-hanging fruit, something that just isn't who they truly are at the core. And now they're spiritually awakening, their frequencies rising, they're like, I don't want to be here. And bear in mind, I've got that program on, which is called Divorce, but not exactly the same sort of scenarios, but it is, you know, 2 people realising it isn't right. Mainly one. Now the guy's just pissed off because, but the guy's pissed off and hurt, and I've just paused it on, he's like looking up who the other guy is, so shit, that could be very meaningful too. Like, that could be, again, it's just, I've only just started watching, although I've watched 2 episodes. In the terms of Twin Flames, I think for once, I don't even think I could home in on someone being a masculine and a feminine, you know, because it's just, I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's quite funny, it's watchable, but it is really funny, but it's a weird type of dry humour, which I've actually got. But anyway, the point is if anything, I would say it looks like the Sarah Jessica Parker is the divine masculine who's been caught up with karmic people, and then the divine feminine might be this guy that's just found out and is oh no, but you see, now I'm wanting to say, because he's looking at it, it's like that's like a karmic, it's like he's a karmic, that's like a karmic partner looking up. Yeah, I would say, no, I'd say that's right. It's like that's like a karmic partner looking up to see who a twin flame is. Well, I don't know, I'm birth pin, no wonder that's clearing energy. Sorry I hurt you, I didn't realise what I had until it was gone. I'm going to put these up here. And I'm interested. I know you're focusing on other things. It makes me curious about what you're doing. I want to share your dreams. Again, this is because someone's waking up. That one again. I'm a dick, because fools too gentle. We need to say dick, don't we? Or you say what you want. Again, it's Mercury in Aries, so I'm going with dick. I'm sorry that I lied to you. I was wrong. I'm admitting that now. I was a dick. Hurting you hurts me. So imagine I got a pen and I changed it to dick. Yep, please forgive me. It makes me feel physically sick when I think about how much pain and suffering I've caused you. I'm sorry for treating you that way. It was wrong. You didn't deserve that. Please forgive me. And this fantasize you has been peeking at us. So let's just put them aside. Let's see what else. it's divine timing that all this happened with the marriages. Could you fucking make this shit? You can't make it up, can you? Because I mean, like, bear in mind, I mean, I don't even need to say it, do I? We know what I've been saying. Especially because I just mentioned the don't divorce again. So anybody that this applies to, right, men and women, and I know that for loads of people's past that I've done a lot of work with, men and women, this, you know that this will make sense to you. And some of them might not even be watching this because they're happy following their calling, and you know, but some of them are still watching because, you know, I got them through the karmic breakups and divorces and stuff, and now they're with twin flames and they still need support. You know, this happens to people, but some people don't, and you know, they're whatever. But so just, I really need to say that to reassure people, because I've been realizing, as much as I've been excited about like attracting a divine masculine of a previous divine feminine that I've worked with, but again, now it gets complicated because that woman was always in divine masculine, and then she basically, I was saying this to her the other day, it's like she naturally kind of flips in and out of masculine and feminine. I mean, we all do, but that's the best way I can describe it. Again, I get all tongue-tied when I try it, just great. I just know how it makes sense. When you only, it's better when we're one-to-one, when I can explain it. I need to hear your story, but anyway, the point is, it was reminding me of like, and look, remember I said the Venus retrograde links back to like 8 years ago, like literally 8 years ago, I was helping a twin flame that was married but split up, and then with the therapy that we done together, like just me and her, she did get back together with her husband, who is her twin flame. So you know what I mean, like, and I always forget to sort of share that, because, and I feel it is because I'm so private, and I'm private about my clients at the time. I just wanted to keep it really private for her. But again, that woman's been long off my radar for a long time, and she popped up randomly and said happy birthday. I think it was like last year, the year before, and I was delighted to see that she still follows. So again, she might still tune into these now and again, but probably not. But if you do, drop me an email, because you'll know that this is about you. But I'm just reassuring those of you that might be like married to your twin flame, or married and split up, or married and divorced and get back together, fucking all different things, because people can get, like, people can like go through all kinds of crazy shit, like go to court and stuff and then get back together. And it's just, karmic people can do that with each other. Karmic, you can do that with your karmic partner, blah, 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 all this shit. But you're still going through it on the twin flame journey. You know, it's not a walk in the park. Like, the twins in union are still going through stuff. Especially if one of the twins has done a lot of healing and the other one's either done not a lot or nothing or not as much. So it's like you need to match, and that's why I'm helping people match, like, you know, match frequencies is the best way I can put it. But yeah, that's definitely got to be like, it was divinely timed that these karmic marriages happened, but eclipses break down things like that too if it wasn't built on a firm foundation. And I feel that's what this is about. Again, because wait a minute, I'm gonna pause this and see if I could zoom in on the telly to show you. Pause. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm looking at. So I'll pause this again. That's quite cool how I done that. But yeah, oh my god, sorry. How funny are the guys? Divorce, marriage, and the fact that it was in giant letters. Oh my god, I can't. I might imagine I might use that as a thumbnail. That would be quite dramatic. Sorry, I'm not laughing at people that are in these situations because it's not nice. Like I said, I've had to, again, if you've ever heard me joking on the let, sorry, I might not be able to get this in a good focus again. Yeah, I've had to help so many people that are yeah, like even just the other day, I had somebody like saying to me, like, you know, you've helped me through so much. Like, actually, come to think of it, you guys are amazing. I had a woman at one point thanking me for how much I've supported with on the journey. Like, one of them being, because that's a lot of you women out there, her divorce, right through to then meeting her twin flame. Like, and that woman noticed herself, like before I even did, that, you know, because basically that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's something about my frequency that helps people realize who their true twin flame is. Because up until that point, that woman kept getting confused. kept wondering, oh, is the ex that, the twin flame, is this person, the twin flame, you know what I mean? And it's like, but then when she met who really is her twin flame, it was undeniable because of everything I'd taught her prior. So, and that's quite a few people. Like I've had some people, and again, I've said this before, but I'm just not judging it. They're wanting me to say it. That I remember there was like one guy, one of the younger guys, had that he explained that like I can't remember exact words, but he basically said like, Claire, while I was watching your past life reading, I had the downloads about my own journey, but basically helped me realise who my twin flame was from watching one of these 3 videos. You know what I mean? And it's because of the codes that unlock as I'm talking. I'm a key code holder for the twin flames for union, bringing me to something else. This isn't just about karmic marriages breaking down. This is about divinely timed kingdom marriages, twin flame unions. Okay, so it can have a double meaning there, but again, blows my mind because I'm just passed on the message. And especially I said kingdom marriage there, right? Because that's what they made fly out my mouth. Because like I've explained before, that's why it does annoy me when I see people confusing people about twin flames. And like I said in the written post, you've got to be so discerning. I fucking get sick of saying this because it's, everyone says it, but it's true. Like, there's so many people trying to put a spanner in the works for true twin flames. Like, whether it's like readings like this or like, you may as well just, the whole general sort of vibe of some of them that I catch is like, you may as well give up now, divine masculine, you fucked it. They're never going to forgive you. They're moving on. Your divine feminine's moving on. They've met somebody else. Like, there's so many like that. So that's why it's so important that although I can even get annoyed that I'm just like forever giving out the message of forgiveness, and your divine feminine loves you and they're going to listen to you. And, it doesn't mean that you don't need to apologise and you don't need to sort things out, and that it might not, and it might not go the way you want it at first, and, all this kind of stuff. But it's important that, there are those of us out here giving that message because of the people that are giving these messages that are like terrifying the awakening divine masculine. And also obviously for divine feminines, because it can just get so fucking rough. I mean, imagine if this is you, that you've been on the receiving end of that, whether you know it or not, because some of you know, because you already know, some of you don't. Like, that's pretty devastating if you find out that like somebody that you're in love with, that loves you, has actually married somebody else at some point, even if they are divorced. The very fact that somebody could do that, that's got to hurt. So, divine timing though. It's all, it's all meant to be. It's all meant to happen. Now somebody's breaking free. Healthy space and room to breathe. Also, the divine timing has allowed this person to realise how passionate they are about you. Because look at this and this. Like, this person's realised they don't want to be away from you. Oh my god, that's a good thumbnail. They don't want to be away from you. And look, I was saying it before I pulled the card over. Divine timing has allowed this person to realise, I've had enough of that and I want twin flame union. But just bear in mind, for some people, not everyone, they've went through quite another ride, like a painful one. And I know that because I've helped many of you through it. And well, if you haven't, been somebody that's had to walk the path of a toxic relationship or a toxic marriage or even just an unhealthy marriage, or, then, be grateful, because many people have. And you've got my prayers, whoever you are out there. Cannot believe the cards, so they're really speaking. I wondered, I picked up so many different decks. Let's see. What's this one? Yep, you're being pulled towards each other. There's a gravitational pull to each other. Wait a minute, actually, let's put... There's too many for... I think I'll take the thumbnail after, but there's... Probably just take one of the screenshots. Manifesting the one. Very soon your true love will arrive. Oh, that's quite interesting, because somebody just reminded me earlier that, like, I actually ran a course with a few women, which was based on a book called... something similar, Calling in the One. And I basically used the book as a framework to like help. So along with my skills as a hypnotherapist, a shaman and a therapist and all these different things, to clear limit and beliefs. And everybody loved it, including me. So, I still do believe right down to the fact that, actually, because what am I talking about? One of the women that was on the course, that she is with her twin flame. So, you know what I mean? It's, but like I said, that woman also done a lot of deep work with me, one session, like one-to-one sessions and therapy and stuff. So again, this stuff works. But I've got a lot of tools and different things that I can recommend. But that book's just good because it gets you to focus on your limiting beliefs, which is what I get people to focus on all the time. So yeah, very soon your true love will arrive. There was another story I was going to tell though, like a success story. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was actually, again, it was anonymous, but in the space of a couple of days, like that woman had been just thanking me for supporting her through a divorce and different things that I've supported her with. So proud of you. You know who you are, and that's quite a few out there. But the woman that said it recently, and because I always say I might be supporting you through it, but you're the one that has to get yourself out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody that I've ever helped with different situations, but it was one of the males had emailed just thanking me for, yeah, just basically saying that, you know, how much of a support this content has been to get you through stuff. So appreciating this whole family. Thank you for appreciating me. Welcome if you're new. I wonder if that Tower card's going to appear. Right, so the Empress in reverse. Unfortunately, I feel we've had someone around a cold, unloving, not nurturing energy, whoever that might be in their life, but I would imagine a female. So whether that's a marriage or a family member or friends or something, it's something like that. And unfortunately, that scarily fits actually for some of the people I was just mentioning. So, and more than, you know, quite a few people resonate with that. King of Coins again. This is somebody that look, they're benefiting from the harvest. Like the harvest, like it's like you've put all the hard work in. This guy's got his shit together, is what I want to say. I did kind of pull out reverse, didn't I? So some of you might feel like you're getting your shit together after being around a cold Empress in reverse, basically a not very motherly person. But I feel a lot of you have got your shit together. Birds could be a messenger there as well. Yeah, and then look, that's beautiful. I've not even seen that card yet. So when I said I feel like some of you have got your shit together, that's confirmation because we've got the rainbow with the hope, we've got birds again, we've got a happy family here. We've got a couple and the kids and the dog, and you know, 10 of Cups is happy ever after. You know, they're proud of their home and their children and their family and what they're building. So, you know, whether, and like that, just, yeah, beautiful energy. Someone's got their shit together and wants a happy family. So either someone is doing right by their family. So you can see how that could fit. That could actually fit for like imagine this is like about someone's doing right by their family, like their kids. But it's like it might be splitting up from someone. That's how that could be as well, you know. And that actually, like, and if that was a like, that doesn't fit for this. Let's talk, you know, go back to the program that's on pause, and I just proved it because I just showed you what the thingy is. Like that would be doing right by the kids, wouldn't it? Because they're at each other's throats in this program, and there is 2 kids actually, and that's so that this might be about 2 kids specifically, a boy and a girl actually, because there's a boy and a girl on the card, but it's a boy and a girl on the program. Doesn't need to be that. It could be, you know, like I said, it doesn't need to be children involved. But fresh today for say, what card's this? Queen of, oh shit, yeah, look how interesting. King of, look, yeah, definitely. So again, it's just my language of the cards. This is the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, although it's a grounded, abundant, a healthy, basically a healthy relationship of the King and Queen of Pentacles is a very luxurious, abundant couple that have everything they could want for, and you know, it's a grounded, happy relationship. But when it's kind of like not a healthy one, it could just be based on money and finances and assets and, you know, yeah, keeping everything ticking over like you've got a house together. Like there might not be a lot of love. And I feel because of what I just said and because the Empress writ, that could be like, yeah, that could be a divorce. So again, backing up all the synchronicity. Yep, and then especially because now we've got final notice, that I know that's looking like it's about a bill, but I'm seeing that as maybe like, you know, like official papers. I've not seen this card before either. I've probably seen somebody else using it before I got the deck, but it's like, look, she's like, I don't want to hear it. Kids are arguing behind me, and there's a fucking fly. You know, that's a monitoring spirit. there's a loved one in spirit looking over you, because that's what the robin means to me. And I've actually specifically got a robin mug, which reminds me of my nana. But yeah, this is monitoring spirits, all these flies spying on what's going on in your life. You just don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it. Or at one point you didn't want to look at what was going on, but then the truth had to slap me in the face, because this looks pretty brutal. This is the truth, and that's the truth as well, by the way, because that's the Ace of Swords. So at one point you didn't want to see what was going on, but life made you that you had to. Like, so in this picture it's a bit random, but I think the dogs ate something it shouldn't. But it's not dead, you know, it's going to be okay. But it's like, this couldn't be ignored, basically. Something you were ignoring can't be ignored now, or in the past you were guided to do something about it. Like an unhappy marriage, with what's been said. Knight of Cups. Again, I feel there could be some kind of romantic encounter coming your way. I don't know what really though in the corner. I don't know what's going on in that card. It's quite interesting, but yeah, I feel look, I feel there's a. Oh wait a minute, I was thinking it was a Knight of Cups. No, I feel somebody's like working their way up. They've been slowly working their way up. Maybe it's meant to be that it's taken ages to clean the card or something. I don't know, but it's like this person's been slowly working their way up towards this Nine of Pentacles. Look, so that's a Divine Feminine in her prime, chilling, doing whatever brings her joy, or him. And I think that's enough of them. Cool card. So I felt like I was going to see the Tower. Just want to see. Page of Coins, yeah. I think someone's going to be coming forward. Like dogs, again, dogs are about loyalty and unconditional love. I feel someone's going to be making a small offering towards you. Somebody might be making a small gesture to, like, coming in to see if you're open to talk to them. Again, this kind of makes sense to everyone. It'll just make sense if it's meant to. What else do we need to know from this? Reconciliation, maybe? Makes sense of everything else. Forgive and release. You're stronger when you carry love and forgiveness rather than anger. I've spoke about anger in this because of the Mercury in Aries and the Venus retrograde in Aries. And I've also spoke about the forgiveness. If I didn't say it, I was thinking it. Forgiveness is Pisces, which we're in. And unconditional love. Pisces is forgiveness and unconditional love. The love between you and your person is eternal. Nothing and no one can take it away from you. So I feel like that's what they're saying is, like, whoever else has been involved at whatever time, however serious, it can't actually change the love between twin flames. It was codependent, yeah. Addictive behaviours are affecting your romantic life. Because I feel that's what's happened here. I feel a lot of marriages have been based on codependency. Like, it was because people didn't want to be alone. And that's no reason to get into a marriage. Those people that need an omen. But let's face it, it is how a lot of people end up falling into something. So it's an addiction. Like I said, heroin codependency is like heroin. Like, seriously, it's just as addictive. So you need to find a good shaman to help you unhook yourself from things like that. You have been manifesting this relationship. Everything you want will soon be yours. That's a lovely confirmation for someone. And because they're the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So I feel this is like, that's like a combination of realizations masculines are having. That there's that again. It's a magnetic connection you can't get away from. Because Lord knows I feel a lot of you have tried. There's a very strong pull and intensity that draws you to this person, which you may have questioned what that was all about in a bad way. It's safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. Redirect your thoughts. Yeah, now you're thinking about it differently. Focus on what you want to attract in a relationship, not what you fear will happen. Actions speak louder than words. If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they're doing. That's the Divine Feminine's watching closely to see what the masculine does. Like, so yeah, be optimistic because it's in reverse. Basically redirect your thoughts to be, believing in miracles, because we're in the season of miracles. What deck did we not use? Let's use this one. This has got a mixture of good and bad. Toxic is in it as well. Voids. Oh, God, my hair just goes everywhere. I don't know where it's went now. Because there's cracks on the screen. So sometimes I'm like, I won't even see them because I'm like, is that the crack or is that like the... Avoid rushing to fill voids with love. Seek inner fulfillment for it. Right, again, quite sad, isn't it? Like, I mean sad as in like sad. It's like, I know because of how many people I've helped through this. Some people have rushed into marriages through codependency and not wanting to be alone. Whether this was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or more recent, And now that you've filled the void with self-love, that's why you could find yourself not attracted to this person, sadly. And it's because of this. The reunion with your twin flames a destined event. So that's why I call it a karmic marriage. You know, it's like, no, everyone's in a karmic marriage, but fuck, there is quite a lot of people. It was all part of preparing you for the real one. Wow. We've had a few twin flame cards there. Thumbnail's going to be juicy. Sparks, yeah, sparks fly. And this is how you know, because the sparks never went away. With a karmic energy, there might initially be lots of lust and attraction and stuff, but it fades out, and then you begin to be like the people in this program that they can't stand the sight of each other. Like, keep the sparks flying, surprise each other with gestures of love. There might also be a gesture of love coming your way. Hideaway. Make time to be your person, create your own special hideaway. That could be like literally like, you know, spending some time together just privately wherever you are, or actually going away somewhere. And then we've got one of the heartbreak cards. Heartbreak's a part of the human experience. It will pass. Heartbreak and reversal, yeah. I feel this is definitely picking up on, like I said, karmic breakups, shake-ups, divorces, wherever it all applies, right? Let's just end it. Wait a minute, actually. Because of the Pisces dreamy energy, I haven't used these cards yet. What else have we got? Transformation. Commit to acting on new ideas, longings, take a leap of faith, begin again. And how appropriate is that? I mean, that's spot on with the divorce thing. That, by the way, I'm not shitting you. That's the card that was. I just got these cards last week because I thought if I'm in the mood for lives, I was going to use these on the lives. But I'll use them even though we're not in all the Pisces when I come back to live streams. But you never know. I might spontaneously get guided to do a live stream. I thought I might have today, but I don't think so. If it was still Aries moon, I would have. But it's Taurus moon now. But Begin Again's the name of that film as well that I've channeled about before. Oh, that's important because in that film, he is engaged, and then I think I don't know if she cheats or something, but either way, it gets called off, and then he actually meets this other woman he falls in love with, but she's bereft because, I don't usually use that word, but yeah, she's grieving because her partner dies. Like, it's all pretty tragic, but the point is, it's a bit of a random film. You'll need to watch it, but he then realises what real love really is because he falls in love with her. So basically, he wasn't in love with the one that he was engaged to, and then he really falls in love with this one, but he fucks up because he lies about something when he should have just told the truth. And anyway, it all works out, so that could be relevant too. But that was the first card I pulled when I bought this deck. So the 28th of February, which was just recently, could have been significant, or the 28th. Oh, the 28th of March is the dark moon, and there's a car alarm going on off outside, so that could be relevant. Oh, look, that looks like two people at loggerheads. Do you feel free or stifled? Is your situation making you feel caged or unhindered? That's people that are still stuck in things. Would you like to take some new risks? Right, so yeah, I feel that is like a divine masculine, because that reminds me of wolf, which is my masculine energy, and the tiger's my feminine energy. I feel that's a divine masculine hunter going in for the kill, like as in wanting their feminine, and also I feel willing to put up a fight if there's any suitors. Again, that's a divine masculine. Because too many masculine are acting like the women, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like birds chasing them and shit like that. Loads of guys are like that. It's just off-putting, you know what I mean? Courage, boldness. Step into courage despite your fears. Be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth. Well, I fucking certainly have. That's Mercury in Aries, 0 degrees. That's the truth. I will. It's about being able to see and discern. Yeah, I think this is people shooting their shot because they can now see the truth. Wow, loving these cards. Right, so now I'm going to end it with these hilarious tarot cards. You'll see what I mean if you've never seen me use these. It's just the expression on some of the guys' faces, especially the Six of Swords. It's hilarious. I used that in one of the shorts yesterday. Right, so, and also the way I described that card in the shorts yesterday, when I said it's the karmic swimming away, the karmic person swimming away, I also see that as that's a divine feminine swimming away and the masculine catching up. So go and look at the shorts to see what I mean, or I'll put it in the description, right? What have we got then? Just to tie this all together, because I didn't even mean to make it this long, but that's okay. And also, I was going to aim to do a twin flame therapy video every day. And I still might do a twin flame therapy one too, but if I don't, this will just be it for today. And then I'll get back to doing that tomorrow. And really, I think I'm just going to film a whole backlog of them because I can't, I just want to film as many as I can tomorrow because I just can't really be bothered just now with Pisces. I just, like I said, that Pisces season, I just can't be arsed because that's what I started saying. I was fine on the Friday and then all day Saturday I was crying. So I was definitely, I think I was picking up on some people's stuff to do with this. Yeah, and then I felt fine again yesterday, and I feel fine again today. So that's how that's how I know it's not my stuff. But you don't need to judge it. Sometimes it's stuck trauma. Like even if that wasn't collective stuff and it was mine, it's stuck trauma that needs to be released. So just let it out. But it felt like I was channeling masculines that were upset. So yeah, that I've been trapped with the devil. For fuck's sake. Again, I mean, this is just all backing up what's come through. Some of the people that were in toxic relationships, whether there was marriage involved or not, because some of it could have just been engagements that didn't get to that. It's like, it was through lust, codependency. People were tied together through a toxic soul tie. And that's why I always say to people, casually sleeping with people for a long time can do a lot of damage because you create a soul tie, but it's not a good one. Doesn't mean it's your twin flame. You've created a toxic soul tie that's draining your energy. It's why you can have quite a lot of the time, like people that have broken up with someone ages ago and they're still talking about them. It's not always because it's a twin flame. Sometimes it's because you bonded through sex and it's like they're draining your energy. So you need to know the difference between, I know it can be difficult, but either way, look, I'm talking about sex and there's the King of Wands, but I feel whoever this is about, someone that was stuck, because that it doesn't always need to be about a relationship, and this doesn't even need to be about one. It could just be about a series of toxic habits in that area, or this could be a dark mindset. But I feel this is a lot of divine masculines are in their power, stepping forward in the highest energy of the King of Wands, with their shit together, ready to offer something solid. Yeah, a tower moment. Now that isn't that interesting because I said I felt a tower, but I thought it was from the different deck. And what I always find fascinating is like as a man and woman that are wearing similar clothes, and it's like this is heavy mirroring. Like, and I feel if this spoke to you, you will have really scary mirroring things happen in your life, and you'll just be able to feel. You'll be like, wait a minute, this feels like something's going on in their life, and I'm weirdly mirroring it. Yeah, I feel there's an apology coming. Could have taken a while because it was in reverse. This person might not have felt they had anything to apologise for because they weren't awake. And then they spiritually awakened, had a bit of a fright, and they're like, I really need to apologise to my Queen of Wands. See what I mean? Now it's like, look, but because I pulled down reverse, again, there's really telling you something here. They're really telling you something here. That feels like someone that was stuck, like really addicted at some points to a toxic karmic situation, right? Through sex, because that's what the King of Wands is about mainly. And they were viewing their actual divine counterpart as like toxic or wrong or like lust because it's in reverse, right? Like they were seeing this bit that can even be some karmic energies that have done spell work or they've like lied or manipulated or because spell work is just the same as lying and tricking. It's like someone that's actually kept distracting and distorting this King of Wands to see their actual Queen of Wands distorted, when in truth, that's a divine couple. That's a really hot, passionate twin flame couple. And then that could have meaning that that's, basically a really hot couple that are addicted to each other in a healthy way. But we're just going to turn that over because I feel this is about a lot of divine masculines coming forward with an apology after a rude awakening. Wow, that's like even that would be an amazing thumbnail. The only reason I'm going to just see what else comes out. I want to see if that Lovers card comes out because that is my favourite. Is the Lovers card? Oh, now all the cards are falling. Is the Lovers card going to come out? What's the last closing message? Again, it's not yours. Don't make it yours if it doesn't make sense, but that's going to make sense to someone with all the different synchronicities. It's a James Arthur card. I always call it that because it looks like, although James Arthur's got red hair, it looks like James Arthur. So, yeah, someone's been juggling priorities or being distracted by the material world and they were ignoring the magic of this connection. But now, all this stuff's going on around them. They've got their shit together now, or they're getting there. Again, they could have had children that they needed to make sure, you know, basically, because like I always say, if there's children involved in these dynamics, which there often is, because none of us are fucking getting any younger around here. Again, because I actually deal with people that are like, you know, 10, 20, 30 years older than me too. So it can be like older children that have got a problem with twin flames. So it's not always what you think. It's not always like young children, but something, it just depends who's listening. But it's like, look, that's the main focus. This person's focused on union. And there it is. I knew it was going to come out, but why is it in reverse? It's in reverse because that person feels out in the cold because they don't know if they're going to get this back. But they're going to come in passionately and shoot their shot anyway. I channeled that really passionately too, didn't I? Let's see how it ends, guys. Venus retrograde. It ain't going to be boring anyway.